I am an unrepentant believer in the unity of Nigeria. I come from a small village that was not on the Nigeria map, not due to my fault, but I believe I am better off in a larger Nigeria than a repartitioned Nigeria. Number two, I stand here to submit that given the growing number of ethnic champions who seek to play one part of the country against the other, particularly the political elite, I want to submit that the two tribes we have in Nigeria today are those who have doubt whether they have anything to live for, those who are victims of the system, and those who are victimizing them. In every part of the country, you will find the oppressed and the oppressor. If the oppressor organize themselves, stop agonizing, and start organizing, and find common unity across the 36 states and FCT, that will be the beginning of laying foundation for what I considered to be sustainable peace in Nigeria. Even the prayer that my brother Cyril led us to pray. Our national prayer is justice and peace. But when I read the NSC program, I had mixed feelings. And I looked at the list of the discussants, I was clearer. It appears NSC is looking at security from military perspective. What the police can do differently, what the army can do differently. Let me ask, I'm not an academician. A man or a woman or a couple in a house in Nigeria, Africa's largest, most powerful country, in fact, leading economy. The parliament prescribed 30,000 minimum wage. For some reasons, a governor or group of governors insist that this 30,000 cannot be paid. When he denied that payment, can there be peace between husband and wife? Can there be peace between parents and children? I submit that the foundation for national peace must begin with peace in the family, peace in the community, peace in the local government, peace in the state. It is the sum total of the piece of the part that translates to peace of the whole. I ask you, Mr. President, NSC cannot continue to lament why basic social security laws, not the word security, social security, not just physical security. If a man has not eaten one good meal a day, does he need bullet to die? How can you be told? I was a governor. Our dollar income may have dropped, and it has always been like that. But the fact of devaluation means that there are more naira notes distributed to government courtesy of devaluation, not printing, as one man said. Therefore, that Nigerian workers are paid in naira, for me it is criminal for any governor, and I emphasize any governor, as we speak, not to be paying as I went due that minimum wage. There is crisis in the family. When somebody said, "Are we happy?" I'm saying different degrees of unhappiness. There are people who wonder whether death is not more, will not put an end to their pain than living in a situation where you are employed, ideally by the most responsible authority in any state, which is the state government, and for months you are not being paid. How can we accept that when the parliament has passed a law and the president of Nigeria, President Buhari, has assented to that law is justiciable. And as we speak, many states are not paying it. Even more provocative, Mr. President of NSC, is that you are spending time. I saw some publications, facts and fallacies about the minimum wage. Who are you educating? You think those people are talking the way they do because they are ignorant? The 36 governors are united. So I want Labour to approach national security first from the perspective of social security of working families. Number two, Mr. President, who are the bandits? Who are the bandits? You know, for some time, I don't speak because I don't know how not to say it the way I feel it. The job I can never do is to be a diplomat. I suspect, Issa Remu, those 35,000 workers in Kaduna alone, Kaduna City, not Kaduna State, whose factories have been closed. What can they be doing? What can their children be doing? What are their grandchildren be doing? What is the industry available? Those workers in Sharada in Kano, in Popai in Kano, where I went to organize, Gita Borogo, Ayaje Aiki in Bazabiamuba. What are they doing now? They are still in Nigeria. If you don't engage them, isn't it common sense that they say an idle man? Do we really need to have a conference to understand this fact? When we say security for all, it's a security for everybody. Those who feel individually insecure because they are homeless, how much can they contribute to the bigger one where they are trying to secure themselves? The last one, and I'm happy Boss Mustafa is here, the Secretary of Government. I think that the NSC must go beyond the bread and butter to go into not how to deal with consequences, but how to deal with the cause of the problems we are facing. We have a universal basic education in law, and yet many governments at state level have privatized education by not investing in public education. You have some children. I see photographs of people in villages sitting on the floor in a classroom, no roof, and they are Nigerians. For anyone elected as a progressive party member to National Assembly to contribute to the debate on how to revise the gains of Shagari sustained by head of state, the gains by Shagari, sustained by Buhari as military head of state, sustained by military president Babangida, sustained by Yaradua, sustained by Jonathan, and these are PDP people, to think that an APC government will superintend over the debate or whether or not this should be lost, this is the height of provocation. And NSC should stop carrying placards, identify them, and deal in the labor way. We don't use bullets. We don't kill. But we can prevent, harass, expose, the way we dealt with Jerry Ghana when it was being used to promote fuel price because he has the eloquence we turn his name from Jerry Ghana to Jerry Can of Lies. You must identify the leaders who are pushing at the people's agenda and attack them, not physically. Attack them by a well-articulated response that will expose them for what they are. Lastly, I'm happy the military are here. Everybody talk about the Nigerian army or police not having enough bullets, not having enough whatever. I asked the question, and I've asked this question before, and I think Boss Mustafa was there. How much do Nigeria police pay for a bullet for AK-47? How much does the Nigeria Armed Forces pay for AK-47 or any of the weapons that they use, compared to the price of the same weapon procured in our neighboring countries or even Europe? We must carry out this audit because we are taught as young union leaders that no country has enough to meet the greed of a few. But every country created by God has enough to meet the basic need of his citizens. It is the process of managing, of distribution, and the values that drive them that produce so many people hungry and dying and few people surviving. May this conference go beyond bullet and gun to deal with what I call the remote causes rather than the consequences of insecurity. Thank you very much.